Hey everyone. Okay, today's video is on how to get better abs. Okay, so remember when I'm making these videos, I'm giving you my personal opinion of things that have worked for me, that have worked for other women that I've worked with, and hopefully will help you out a little bit. So, anyways, I'm just going to be giving you my number one tip of what I think helps to give you better abs, okay? So there's a lot of things that you can do to help improve your stomach so that you have a flatter stomach or that you can see your abs more. But there's one thing that I think makes a huge difference, and that is decreasing the amount of sugar in your diet, okay? Here's the reason why. Sugar has an effect on your body in multiple ways. One of the things is that sugar increases your amount of cortisol. So we already know that cortisol causes more fat storage. More fat storage around here. Some more fat storage in your belly means you're not going to see those abs, okay? So that's one good reason to reduce sugar. Another reason is that sugar increases your chances of insulin resistance. So when your body is producing too much insulin and it is not able to use all of these stores of glycogen in your body, what it starts to do with all of this extra insulin is you start to store fat, okay? And you start to store fat mainly again around that belly area. So another reason to decrease your amount of sugar. Sugar causes inflammation in the body. So inflammation can be seen in water weight in the body. So if you ever are feeling just like really puffy and things like that, a lot of it can be because you have extra inflammation in the body. Too much sugar will cause that. So another reason to reduce sugar. Sugar can also mess with other hormones in the body, like your estrogen levels and different things like that are also going to lead to more weight gain. Another thing with sugar is that sugar, the fructose that comes from sugar has to be processed through the liver. And this puts quite a burden on our liver. So if you're eating heavy amounts of sugar, your liver is working extra time to process all of this sugar. What can happen when our livers become overburdened is that it can, one, slow down our metabolism, because our livers are responsible partly for controlling our metabolism. And two, it can cause a fatty liver. So if you might see some people who eat a lot of sugar, and you look at them and you're like, well, they eat a lot of sugar, but they're not really storing, a lot of fat. There is an exception. Some people just genetically can do that, and they're kind of freaks of nature, but they can do that without storing fat. But I will guarantee you that they're storing fat somewhere, and where they're storing it is around their liver, because one of the number one growing problems today is a non-alcoholic fatty liver. So it's a fatty liver not caused by alcohol, because that's one of the most common reasons. It's a fatty liver that's caused by a high sugar, high processed food, high red meat, those type of things, diet, things that have to be processed through your liver. So reducing sugar amounts can, help your liver perform better, which is therefore going to help your metabolism work better, which therefore is going to help you lose belly fat. Okay, are you getting all this? Are you seeing why sugar can definitely be one of the number one reasons you're maybe not seeing those abs? So how much sugar should you eat? Well, I personally think that you should stay in the lower ranges around 25 to 30 grams of sugar a day. You may see recommendations of different things. In fact, I was so surprised today when I was looking at one of my clients' food logs on MyFitnessPal, and I was looking at her goal, like what MyFitnessPal sets for her goal for sugar for the day, and it was like 60 grams of sugar. And I just think that that's, I mean, if somebody's trying to lose weight, having 60 grams of sugar in a day is probably not going to get them there as quickly as they would probably like to be. So then I went back and I looked at like my last 3 days, because I actually started logging my food again on Monday. I hadn't done that for a while, but I'm getting ready to go on a trip in 8 weeks to Thailand. And hey, if any of you guys are out there are familiar with like Bangkok and Phuket, or you live in the area and you've got some good things to do there, let me know, okay? So, but anyways, I'm trying to get ready for that. So I was like thinking, okay, I'll log my food for the next, 8 weeks and just make sure I'm staying on track. And I was looking at my sugar for the last few days, and it was like 20 or below, and that all came from fruit. But MyFitnessPal was allowing me 60 grams or something like that of sugar. So I personally don't feel like I can really get to my goal of wanting to be able to, see as much of my abs as possible by eating that much sugar in a day, because of all the things that sugar has an effect on. So, if that is something that you struggle with a high sugar diet, and you're really not getting the results that you want, maybe try looking at reducing that more and making sure that most of your sugar comes from healthier sources like fruit. Here's the benefit of fruit. Fruit, even though it has natural sugar in it, it also has a lot of fiber in it, okay? And our body needs that fiber, and it will also make that be a little bit more of a slow burner carbohydrate in our body, as opposed to doing things like fruit juice or processed sugars, any type of cereals that have sugars, or soda. I mean, one of the worst. Any of those things that are sugars that just get into our system and spike our insulin levels quickly, and aren't doing us anything good for our health, and don't have that fiber that we need. Really, those are probably the sugars that you really want to stay away from, okay? So, of course, there's other things that you can do to improve your ability to see those abs. Getting your hormones into balance, because there are other things that affect your hormones, is huge. Obviously, exercise is huge. Not only just doing exercises that work your abs, but also doing, compound moves where you're engaging your core. Always be engaging your core. I think about engaging my core even when I'm just like standing or sitting. If I'm sitting for long periods of time, I really kind of concentrate on it, tightening my core, engaging my core. I mean, if you have an office job and you sit all day, I mean, you could actually be working your core just by, engaging it while you're sitting. So there's a lot of other things that you can do to improve your abs. But my number one tip is cut the sugar, okay? Really look at how much sugar you're eating. And if you need any help on your nutrition at all, this is, one of the main things that I work on with my clients is getting your hormones into balance and getting the body composition that you want by eating the right types of foods in the right amounts. And so if you're struggling with that, you can't figure it out, it's always great to have a plan, and nothing better than to have somebody that can help you with that plan. So anyways, I hope you guys found this helpful. If you've got some great tips on, getting that six-pack, comment below and share with everyone else. And as always, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will catch you later.